Today I'm axing out an eating spoon. I've been doing this for a living for years now. I've been doing it the traditional way, with hand tools only. It starts in the woods from a billet I get from a stone-fallen tree. Eating spoons are quite a complex three-dimensional object. They have a crank. This is the bend in the spoon. Here I make a small stop cut with a saw. The crank is the birth of an eating spoon. Do it right here and you'll have a great spoon. Do it wrong and you'll always struggle in carving to correct it. Proper depth is key here. Not too deep, not too shallow. Now, let's pick up the axe. This is a really dangerous spot, so don't just copy something from a video. You really need to know what you're doing. From this angle you see the motion of the axe, so pay attention. The motion is rotational, downwards. It never goes into my left hand. Direct the axe towards your other hand and eventually the axe will slip and hit your hand and you will get a cut. So don't do it. Now I will join the two cuts to complete the crank. Never hit higher than 2/3 up the length of the piece, because you risk hitting yourself. Make the billet longer so you have more room to grab it safely. I don't, because I do it for a living and I need to use every bit of wood. Remember that the axe is a slicing tool. I slice and pull towards my body, this way I don't knock off the bottom part. I'll join the two cuts and make them smooth. Beginners usually want as much crank as possible, and that doesn't make a great spoon. Not too much and not too little. Too little and you have a straight cooking spoon. Too much and you get a ladle. Try eating with a ladle and it doesn't work. Now I'll do the back side. First one side at an angle. You see? Then the other side at an angle. This will form a ridge in the middle. Now I will remove the ridge. Now I'll do the same thing for the handle part. One side at an angle. And then the other side. My aim is to achieve nice even thickness. Remember, slicing motion. I clean as much as possible. This is looking good now. And here it is, eating spoon crank all done. It's time to draw the spoon. I draw each one freehand. I never use templates. I try to follow the grain of the spoon and each piece of wood is unique. This wood is wild cherry, my favorite to carve and decorate. I usually have a standard length I like to do just to keep some consistency, especially when I'm making a set of eating spoons. I make everything to order and I talk to all my customers. I like to make the spoons fit their needs, especially eating spoons. A hand-carved wooden eating spoon is a unique thing this day and age, and eating with it should be a special experience. This is why I pay special attention to these spoons. And since they touch your lips, they should be smooth and perfect. No room for error here. This one is shaping up nicely. I like a nice thin, elegant neck, but remember, when it's thin in one plane, it should be thicker in the other to keep the strength. It is wood after all. We have to take this into account when axing out and carving the spoon. Okay, it's all ready for the axe now. First I'll axe out the tip of the bowl. It's pretty much straightforward. First one side and then the other. Let's taper out the back of the bowl. I want nice even thickness. Now to knock out the sides towards the end of the handle. This is pretty much straightforward. I just need to watch not to go over the line. I'll flip it and do the other side. Now I need to taper out the back of the handle. First one side and then the other to form the ridge in the middle. Then I will just remove the ridge. By the way, the hissing sound you keep hearing throughout the video is the snow falling from the trees. The sun is out and it has started melting the snow from the trees. Small iced up particles are falling, creating this sound like an old record. Quite relaxing. Okay, let's continue. I'll just cut the handle to the length. Okay. Now I need to do 2 stop cuts. I must pay attention not to overcut here. I don't cut all the way to the line, and I raise the tip of the saw so the back of the cut doesn't go too deep. Here it is. Now just to knock out the sides. As it usually goes, the hardest part comes at the end, and you can easily knock out the ball here if you don't pay attention. When I hit, I pull the axe towards me in a swift motion, so it never hits the bottom part. When you do it for a living, you need almost 100% success rate, so you better learn how to do it right. Okay, only back sides of the ball are left now. I put the piece against the edge of the stump. This fixes it nicely. This part takes a bit of skill and attention. And this is also a good test of wood quality. If it survives this part of the axing, it will survive many years of use. Well, just to do the last part. This is looking good. I think this will make a nice eating spoon. I'll carve it back home where it's nice and warm. Thanks for watching.